Hello and welcome everyone to today's Commodities Corner presented by myself, Phil Carr, at the Gold and Silver Club. So today we will be covering live market analysis. We will be providing you with a watch list of trading opportunities, a forecast of where gold, silver and oil are heading, answering questions and of course providing live support. Now today is a very special session because this is a session ahead of next week's US election. So we will be breaking it down for you, having a look at setups as we go into the US election next week, how you want to position yourself prior to that, and also during the course of the election as well. So I'll break that down for you very shortly. So let me introduce you to the Gold and Silver Club. The Gold and Silver Club is the #1 commodities trading and investment coaching company. We are regarded as the go-to authority on commodities trading. And as an internationally respected experts, our analysis and our opinions on the metals, the energies, and the agricultural markets, they're routinely sought by major financial television channels and publications, which include Bloomberg, Reuters, CNBC, the Financial Times, the Wall Street Journal. Our team of experts has trained and mentored over 100,000 private traders from all over the world to increase their wealth and generate substantial income through commodities using our exclusive research-driven strategies. So for more information on the Gold and Silver Club and our expertise, please visit our website, which is www.thegoldandsilverclub.com. Okay, before we get into it and go over to the charts, I just want to break it down for you, and we'll have a look at where we are at the moment up to this point this year in terms of the top performing commodities of 2016. So the #1 best performing commodity over the course of this year is in fact orange juice, which is up over 45% in 2016 so far. This is shortly followed by sugar and then silver. So note that silver remains the third best performing market this year, up over 31%. Coffee is in 5th place, up 24%, and gold is still in a bull market, remains in a bull market, up 21.5%. In fact, gold has actually managed to rise and rally approximately about 5% within the last week. So we've had quite a significant move on the precious metals, including platinum, gold, and silver, following on from last Friday, where we saw the FBI reopen their investigation into Hillary Clinton and the use of her emails. And with that, we've seen a lot of volatility in the markets over the last week. That has caused a scandal, essentially, for the Democrats and Hillary Clinton campaign. And with that, we've seen over the last week, the polling has suggested that Donald Trump is now neck and neck with Hillary Clinton. And this has caused some wild moves in the markets. So this is a really good way to gauge what the overall volatility in the market is. And that is the VIX, which measures volatility in the markets. And you can see there, the VIX has increased by 15% this week. 1 week before the elections, volatility, uncertainty has ramped up, and we've seen equities sell off, stock markets, S&P 500, Dow Jones, they've sold off quite significantly in the last week. We've seen gold and silver rally, and the volatility index has rocketed as we go into next week's election. So I'll break it down for you. I'll talk you through what I'm looking at, what I'm analyzing at the moment, what I'm expecting, what I'm anticipating, what I'm getting ready for as we go into potentially one of the biggest trading opportunities of this year next week. So very simply, when we look at binary.com, we are looking at two types of trades. We are looking at either select higher, where you win the payout if the market exit price is strictly higher than the entry price, and we look at where you select lower, where you will win the payout if the market exit price is strictly lower than the entry price. So very simply, the way you want to enable yourself to take advantage of these positions is by doing the following. You need to be able to select the timing of the trade. So you want to make sure that you're getting long or you're going short at the right time. You then want to select the time frame you're doing that. So whether you're going to do that over a few hours, a few days, a few weeks. We want to make sure that we are getting the direction right, the time right, and also the entry right. So if you marry all of those three criteria, entry, direction, timing, that is where you have a winning trade. So what I'll do, guys, I'm going to switch my screens over to my charts. We'll break it down for you exactly what we're looking at. Do keep the questions coming. We'll keep it very interactive as always. Okay, so just as quick check-in, guys, you can see my screen okay, and you can also hear me okay still? Yeah, fantastic, thank you. Okay, super. So, right, first of all, I'll start off here. We have a look at the US dollar index, and the US dollar index over the course of the last week has broken down quite significantly here after it broke out to 8-month highs. And a lot of this has been off the back of last week, again, where the FBI have reopened their investigation into Hillary Clinton, which has caused significant volatility in the markets, and essentially we've seen the dollar break down over the last week. Now, we've had non-farm payrolls today, which came in below expectations, and with that, we've seen more weakness in the US dollar. You can see where it's been rolling over. In fact, it's been rolling over here over the last week. We came all the way back up to the upper end of the trend channel, broke through that. It's very common to get this, a bull trap, where you break above highs, you break it, in this case, you've broken above resistance, but then the following week, we've closed back within the resistance, and this week, we're really getting going to the downside. And I do still see the potential for the US dollar to continue to follow through over the next week or two here. So you'll see that we're very firmly in the midst of a US dollar correction at the moment, which was very much so anticipated. Now, if we move over and we have a look now at the volatility index, the VIX here, and we discussed this last week, the calm before the storm, has increased by 15% over the last week, okay? So that has been very significant. Volatility in the markets has increased. We've continued to see more uncertainty revolving around this election, and you can see we've had a breakout to the upside. Last week was really the calm before the storm. We've now broken out to the upside, had quite a significant surge on volatility here, and with that, that has benefited the precious metals. So if we go over and we'll have a look now, first of all, at silver. So silver has finally broken out of this recent consolidation. So we've been channeling on silver throughout the last about couple of weeks here, actually all the way back to the beginning of October after the last non-farm payrolls, where we came back to the 50% Fibonacci level, and we also moved all the way back down to the 200-day moving average. Now, for those of you on last week's Commodity Corner, you will remember that we talked about the potential to take a breakout trade to the upside if silver continued to hold this underlying trend channel. Now, it did look quite, if you have a look at this over the course of last week, where we had an inverse hammer around this supported channel, it was looking a bit bearish at that point. However, we did not see that breakdown. You would only want to go short on confirmation, a break back below the 50% Fibonacci level, a break back below the 200-day moving average. If we got a break below those levels, yes, then you can look at a sell short. But we didn't. We held support. We continued to follow through. We took our breakout trade from 1770, and in fact, we've continued to rally all the way back up to the resistance channel here. It's been a nice profitable trade and a good pop to the upside for gold and silver as well. So silver is the chart where we're on at the moment. So well done to those of you if you did catch this breakout trade. You will note at the moment gold and silver are sitting at the upper end of their channels here. So this is the silver chart. In fact, we can break it down and have a look at the weekly chart. It's had a pop right back up towards the upper end of its resistance channel. We'll have a look at the monthly chart. Yeah, we're back at certainly at a major underlying level of support on the monthly here too. In fact, on the monthly chart, I would suggest it looks like we're actually building into a bull flag formation, where if we break the lower ends, if we get a breakout over the rest of this month, we could be leading for the next really big leg higher here. So it's just something to bear in mind. Silver, again, is the third best after sugar, best performing commodity over this year. So it's in a bull market. So you want to position yourself long for a buy more often than going for a sell short. Now, if we move over and we have a look at the gold market, very similar in terms of its price structure. It's had a decent breakout over the last week. Since last month, where we saw a retest of 1,250 US dollars, we never got that breakdown to 1,200, so we didn't see that. We held support above 1,250, around the 200-day moving average as well. continued to consolidate, but finally we had the pop and the resolution last week on Friday, and this week is where we've seen the follow through, over a 3% move actually this week on gold. We're sat right around resistance now at the 1300, sitting around 1,303 US dollars per ounce here. So you can see where it's had a nice breakout to the upside. So at the moment, on a weekly closing basis, this will be one of the best closes that gold has had in over a month. If it closes above 1,300 US dollars per ounce, it'll be interesting as we go into next week to see if we can fully break out from this pennant formation, this trend channel to the upside here. I would suggest in the short term, this is a major area for us to have a look at. In fact, I'll just break it down for you, have a look at that more clearly. If we go over to the gold chart here, okay, yeah, you can see it a little bit more clearly here, where you've got a very clear zone of previous resistance at the 1300 level. That was the level that we broke through over a month ago. So when we finally broke that level, we had a significant move, a 500-point move lower down to 1,240 US dollars, held with a closing basis at 1,250. Continued to consolidate. We've slowly but surely seen this grind higher. We've now moved back towards the 1300 levels, and now this is going to be a major zone as to whether we can break out and see follow through, or whether we'll get some sort of reversal and pull back. Now, the non-farm payrolls so far have been supportive for gold. We could well see a significant pop to the upside here if we do see this level get breached, but in the short term, we are a little bit overbought for gold as well. So we could see some explosive moves around this zone, around the 1300 zone. But next week, I would suggest, is really the time that you want to be looking at some really big explosive moves here, especially if we were to see a Donald Trump victory next week. That we can already see, we've got a snapshot of what we could have to come in the markets if Donald Trump was to win the election. So far, after last Friday, for those of you who are tracking the polls at the moment, Donald Trump is almost neck and neck now with Hillary Clinton. The investigation from the FBI into Hillary Clinton's emails, this scandal over the last week, only just a week away from the election, has damaged Hillary Clinton massively. And this has caused this huge uncertainty in the market. If I go over and just show you the stock markets at the moment, this is the S&P 500, which has broken down this week, broke through critical levels of support. It's the lowest levels actually that we've had since July this year. So there's definitely been quite a shakeout in this market. A lot of uncertainty, a lot of fear brewing in the market now, and we could really see this increase as we go into Tuesday's election, of course, and then as we go into Wednesday, we could see some immense moves. Now, to give you an idea, if we go back over to our gold chart here and we just have a look at the raw chart, this was the move that we got over Brexit. Okay, when we came down, we retested 1,250 US dollars within one day, within actually just a few hours. Gold managed to move over 1,000 points. Okay, huge move from 1,250 US dollars up to 1,350. That was on Brexit, and the US dollar and the US economy has a much bigger effect on the markets than the UK does. Okay, so it's worth bearing in mind that this election could cause some huge moves in the market, which you want to, of course, get yourself ready for, prep for, be available to take trading positions. Binary is actually a really great way to take advantage of the US election. The reason being is that where you've got a lot of volatility, normally you need really large stop losses to allow for volatility. When you're looking at a binary trade, all you need is the price to go higher or lower, and you just need to get the direction right over a short period of time to win the entire payout. That can be very lucrative, certainly taking on multiple positions, still within your risk management, but if you can catch a really large surge. So to give you an idea, if some of you might have been up when the Brexit announcement occurred, we just saw gold continue to surge for about 2 hours. It was just popping to the upside, had a reversal at 1250, popped above 1280, very shortly after 1290, 1300s, 1310, 1320, 1330. Over the course of 2 hours, I was staying up all night to trade it, watched gold. Every minute of that move I saw as it continued to break out to the upside. You're taking a binary position and you're adding to that position as the price goes up. Very lucrative, and I would look at something similar on Brexit here as well. So I would probably make yourself available if you can for that trading opportunity. If Brexit is anything to go by, it could really be a huge trading opportunity, and by the time it gets to the morning or the following day in the US, a lot of the trade might already be priced into the market. There will be opportunities following on from the US election. We'll probably see a lot of volatility and uncertainty in the 2 weeks afterwards as well, going into December. So I just think it's going to be it's going to provide some really fantastic trading opportunities here. So definitely gold you want to have on your radar. Another market I would suggest having on your radar is platinum as well, which is tradable on binary. Now, platinum, we also talked about last week. I'm looking for more follow-through on platinum. Now, it has already started to break out. It's already getting a little bit short-term overbought, but in longer time frames, I see the potential for platinum to go higher. Do want to get a longer-term position on this. Again, trading on binary, platinum's really good because you don't have to pay the big spreads. You don't need a big stop loss that you normally would need. You just need the price to go higher than your entry in order to win this trade for a long position. Now, it's not guaranteed, obviously, that gold, silver, platinum, and so forth will go up. We could see corrections. We could see a lot of volatility, but certainly you want to just be aware of what is happening in the market at the moment. When the volatility index goes up, as it has done over the last week, we've seen it spike over 15%. We could really see this ramp up as we go into the US election over the course of the next week. The other trade I'm looking at right now is WTI crude oil, which is light sweet crude oil, which is the same essentially as Brent crude oil in terms of the price structure. We've recently come down to retest the lower end of a trend channel here. It's bouncing off that level at the moment, sitting around the 44.50 zone, which actually happens to be also where the 200-day moving average sits as well. So I'm watching to see whether we will get some sort of a bounce, a buying opportunity. You can see here where it's rolling over into my support zone and some of my indicators here where I'm looking ideally for a buy within this area. So I'm just watching oil at the moment. It has the potential to break down further, but also any evidence that it's getting supported on tighter timeframes at this point, and I would be potentially interested here in going for a long. I will just show you this, okay? Just add the 200-day moving average, which a lot of traders, investors, funds look at, okay? Look at where the 200-day moving average is. It's sat right on that level. We've provided support on several occasions now over 2016. Previously, the 200-day moving average was resistance when we were in a bear market. This year, oil transitioned into a bull market. It's at that area where I would expect some sort of a bounce off this zone, okay? I do like this area. At the very least, some sort of retracement. In fact, if I zoom in closer, look at that. There we go. There it is. There is our bounce off the 200-day moving average. Okay, let's just break that down into tighter time frames. Yeah, there it is. The rejection is coming. So, yeah, I would definitely have that on your radar, guys. Guys, just be aware. There we go. 4-hour time frame as well, rejection candle. I would definitely be looking at that on, so for oil, essentially. In fact, I'll bring it out to Brent crude oil. We're on WTI. So Brent crude oil, very similar situation at the moment as well, where we've essentially come back down to an underlying supported channel. And I would look for a buying opportunity, guys. Very simply, binary. You're looking for, maybe wait for a little bit more confirmation, but essentially you're looking for a higher trade, price to be higher, either by the close of today or by the close on Monday or Tuesday next week. Price to be higher. That's what I'd be looking at for that trade. So I do like oil, how it's forming at the moment. You've got the Baker Hughes report, which is coming out a little bit later on today at 6 o'clock London time. Actually, no, probably 5 o'clock now that we've changed the clock. So it's probably in the next couple of hours or so, we'll have the Baker Hughes US oil rig report, which can be bullish for oil, can cause some additional momentum into the close here. So might be that could be a turning point over the course of today, but I would keep on watching oil at this point. It is looking quite interesting. So really the main trading opportunities, and I'll just double check very shortly if there's been any additional questions. The main trading opportunities I would be watching here over the next few days as we go into the election, certainly gold. So gold at the moment, previous resistance here or previous support is turned into resistance. We could get a nice pop here higher above the 1300 zone. Although we are getting into a short-term overbought condition on unprecedented events such as Brexit, US elections, that can change. So even if we're in a short-term overbought condition, we still have the potential to have a runaway extreme move, which could lead the price higher up to about the 1350 zone. So something to bear in mind. Although I think gold will probably not break out until the US election next week. It might hold around this level. If it does break out, though, then you might have to just run with it because we could see an explosive move to the upside. So essentially a break above the last 3 days of resistance here. We could look for a potential trading opportunity above about the 1305 zone, a breakout. Well, actually above the last few days of resistance, so 1308, I would look for a potential breakout opportunity. For binary, price to be higher, very straightforward trade. Silver as well. Silver has actually been one of the biggest gainers since this pennant formation broke out to the upside. It's back at resistance. We continue to hold silver positions at the moment. We've caught some nice trades over the course of this week on silver. It's back at previous resistance, previous support, which has turned to resistance. And I'll be watching this to see if it just consolidates. Potential more upside here for silver as well. But gold is playing catch up to silver right now. So I would expect potentially a gold breakout as well. So really US oil, gold and platinum are the main markets to watch at the moment. I'll see if I can break down any another analysis for you right now. Platinum really is breaking out currently to the highest level in over a week. You can see we just popped to the upside again, broken out of this trend channel. Platinum actually pulled back. We saw a huge move over Brexit, and it's been correcting for about 3 months now. It's corrected over 2,500 points, which means there's a lot of upside potential for platinum in the weeks to come here. So if you do have an opportunity to position yourself or follow through here on platinum, it could actually turn out to be a very lucrative trade. So have that on your radar as well. Platinum, gold, silver, and also oil. Okay, fantastic. So with that said, guys, what I'll do, I'll just move you over to our top trade that we have taken over the last week, and that has been on silver. So we've caught out on this breakout trade to the upside, consolidated really over the last month, following on from last month's non-farm payrolls. And then we got in a breakout trade at $17.70 per ounce, and that has worked out really well over the course of this week. We just had a close higher than this. Very simple trade, looking for the price to be higher. Of course, last week on Friday, the breakout that we got really helped this trade along, and we've had good follow through over the course of this week. Now, if you would like to be kept updated during the week, if you'd like full access to all of the services at the Gold and Silver Club, and you'd like to receive our live trade ideas, our live trade setup shared with all of our private members at the Gold and Silver Club, all you need to do is go over to www.jointhegoldandsilverclub.com, complete the application form, and we will get in touch with you ASAP. Now, we do have a very special offer for the US election, which is coming up next week. What I would ask you to do, because we're getting a lot of applications at the moment, you need to specify that you've come from binary, okay, in order to get that US election special. So if you do make an application, there is an area for additional comments and notes. Make sure you put that you've come from binary.com, okay? Otherwise, this is where you'll get a special offer as really a favor to binary.com and all of the attendees on this session or who will watch this recording. But make sure if you make an application prior to the election next week, make sure you put binary.com. That is where you have come from. Okay, that would be fantastic, because then we can provide you with a special offer. Now, what do you get by being a member of the Gold and Silver Club? Essentially, whether you're a new trader and you want to just develop a solid understanding of the markets and fast track your results, or even if you're an experienced trader but you want to take your trading just to that next level, then the private members live trading room is definitely something for you to look at. Okay, so as a member, you get access to our live trading room. So you get exclusive access to our live trading room webinars. You can watch the Gold and Silver Club expert traders analyze the commodity markets right in front of you, picking out highly profitable trade setups, sharing exact entry, exit points, profit, stop loss targets, walk you through live trade ideas ready to implement for instant results. You also get access to trade notifications via email and SMS, alerting you when to enter a trade, also details of trade management, entry, exit. All notifications are sent out in advance notice to make sure you've got lots of time to get into every position at the best possible price, and you get commodity research and market insights. So you get exclusive access to our week ahead report, also our commodity research to really help ensure you are on the right side of each trade, and it's there to give you the ultimate edge in the markets and fast track your results. So access to the private members live trading room includes exclusive weekly live trading room webinars, live trade setups ready to implement for instant results, real-time trade notifications via email and SMS so you don't miss any profitable trades, exact details of where to enter, exit, place a stop loss, a weekly trading plan with a watch list of trade ideas for the week ahead, live trade support to help you successfully through each trade, and institutional level trading research and commodity insights to give you the ultimate edge in the markets. So to get exclusive access to our private members live trading room, just go to www.jointhegoldandsilverclub.com, complete the application form, and we will get in touch with you ASAP. And do mention you came from binary as well. That would be fantastic. Okay, Fantastic, good. So with that, guys, I hope that gives you some additional preparation as we go into next week. Make no mistake, next week could be a very significant day for your trading career. So I would definitely have that in the diary. Be aware of the trading opportunities that would result, even if you're a beginner and you haven't really been trading for very long, or even if you're more experienced. I would suggest one of these sort of events is actually worth, if you can, if you're able to, within your schedule, staying up during the course of the session, of the Asia Pacific session, to see how the markets react over that. It will be likely some historic moves in the markets. It will be incredible to watch this as it plays out. And I would suggest, as a trader, I think it will really help you with your trading in the future with your experience. I would suggest major news items such as Brexit, unprecedented events like this. It is really worth seeing just how the markets react over these major news announcements, and hopefully you can also make a lot of money as well, especially if you're utilizing all the tools available to you, binary.com, and especially if you utilize the services at the Gold and Silver Club, where we will be walking our traders through the opportunities. Okay, so with that, I wish you all a fantastic weekend. Good trading, all the best, guys, and thoroughly look forward to working with those of you who make an application to join us at the Gold and Silver Club. Okay, all the best, guys. Take care and good trading. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.